Hi, and welcome to our episode on still life shooting. We also call this kind of shooting tabletop shooting, and it's a necessary part of almost every video professional skill set. Whether it's products, tutorials, or stop motion shoots, they all use the same techniques, and I'll give you some pointers to help your tabletop shoots go smoothly and look great. We'll cover three types of objects: normal three-dimensional objects, shiny objects, and beverages. These three categories cover most tabletop shooting you'll encounter. First things first, I'd advise against using a light tent. If you do a search for still life photography or videography, these are the first things you're going to find. They're great for very specific items, but they tend to make most objects look flat because they surround those objects with light and give you little or no option to shape that light. Instead, use regular lights the way you would with any other studio shoot and just get them closer to your object. In tabletop shoots, your fill light is an overall scene light and your key light gives the object dimensionality. Here's the workflow. First, set your light, and then repair that light. I'll show you what I mean. Here's a plant against a seamless backdrop. Our key light is a light panel with a grid to camera left, and it's throwing what looks like sunlight and really bringing out the texture of the plant. And our fill light is soft, coming from the foreground through a large silk. But our fill needs a little repair. It's making our background too bright, so we've placed a black card in front of some of it to flag the light off the background. We did this by making little stands with spring clamps on the bottom of the card. Now we can adjust the lighting just by panning the fill light. Notice how you can change the whole scene by just panning until the object and the background look just right. An alternative to a seamless background is to create a surface and a wall, and we do this by placing our black card under the object and a color card behind it. It's looking pretty good, but let's repair that fill light by darkening the background at the top of the frame. We'll do this with a black flag to block just the uppermost part of the fill light. And there you go, there's our second look. Now let's see an alternate lighting setup on another 3D object. We're using an overhead light for this typewriter, shooting our light panel through a silk. That gives us a nice symmetrical and uniform light that doesn't need a fill. But we can go further and add more dimension. First, we add a small tungsten light shooting into the background and giving it a little spotlight. Then we'll add a third light to spotlight the keys and make them pop. Once your object's lit, feel free to find creative ways to add action to your scene. Now let's cover shiny objects like our kitchen knife here. These are tough because they reflect everything. You want to see catch lights in the shiny surface, and you'll need big light sources to cover it with reflection. So what we've done is used one soft light as our fill to light the scene, and then added a lightweight LED for our catch light. It's mounted to a jib so we can move it easily because with shiny objects, motivating the light around the object is a great way to add action to the video. You can see this as the catch light moves across the blade. Another option is to keep the light stationary and rotate your object. Here we fastened it to a C-stand arm laid across a pillow so we can turn it slowly and smoothly. The trick with movement is shoot it in slow motion if you can, and that smooths out any bumps or jumps in your movement. Our last example is a beverage. Here we have a 3-light setup. Our key light is a backlight, and it gives the liquid a glow. Drinks are best shot backlit for this reason. Then we add a soft fill light to light the glass and the background, but you can see that needs some repair, so we bring in our black card to flag the light off the background there on the right. This is coming along. You can see the liquid glows and there's a nice catch light on the surface of the glass. Now for the finishing touch. An orange spotlight that hits the area opposite the backlight, and it reads as if the backlight is shining through the glass and the liquid is glowing. But remember, this is video, so we need action. So it's time to replace our stand-in glass with our final product and to shoot the pour. Every object is a puzzle and it needs different lighting to look its best. There's no one formula to tabletop shooting. But if you remember to first place and then repair your key lights and fill lights, and you go step by step until you like the look, you'll be able to figure out the secret to any object you need to shoot. Thanks for watching.